got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get fit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Get lit, transformation, freedom, and innermost heaven. Let's hit the gym and get fit, get fit. Get lit, Well, hello. It is Tina with Enriched by Tina. And let me tell y'all something. I've been up since 3:45. And so I got up and started working and praying, and the Lord been downloading stuff to me. And I got caught up in some stuff, and I turned the alarm off, and here we are. So I started a little late. So y'all come on in the room. Come on, as they say, come on in the room. Um, y'all might have thought, well, maybe she ain't coming, but hopefully some of you all will join. If not, hey, y'all can catch the replay. We've been finishing up. Today is May 30th. And so I'm like, man, I've been going live or bringing something to you for 30 days. Good morning, Latricia. I've been up since 3:45, but I turned the alarm off, and you know how when you should have just came right on what you normally do. I should have stopped, but I was in a flow, and I'm excited of what the Lord, good morning, Damon, is doing and what he's downloaded in me. And so I was working on trying to get a graphic, trying to, get some stuff stirring up to get ready for the Free Her Challenge. I hadn't talked much about it, and I got to thinking about it. Girl, June 1st is Sunday. Like, where did the time go? And so I want to do, I want to start a challenge. I'm gonna start with a 5-day challenge, because I'm just gonna see who's really in and who's really serious about being free. Like, and so all the things that the Lord has been downloading to me. And you all know I have a book, and let me see if look, I don't know what was happening yesterday, because it wouldn't let me click on nothing. I have a book. Many of you already have it. If you already have this book, I want you to say, me, I got it, I have it. And if you need a book, then I want you to say, I need a book. How can I get this book? I am one of the authors. It's 15 of us in here. It's called Reaffirm. Shed, Shift, Show Up. This is where the Free Her movement came about. Started with Tina 2.0. She is different. And then we evolved to Free Her, which my part in the book is no longer bound, no more chains holding me. That's my chapter. And so therefore, where we get Free Her from, if you all just, sometimes we say, why people doing what they're doing, or what makes them do or say what they're doing. I'm not just out here haphazardly saying things or doing things. Good morning. Crystal, good morning. Yes, Teresa, you say you got it. Yes. Good morning. Yeah, if you got your copy, say I got it, because that means you got 15 powerful stories, 15 things. So I got books on hand. Listen, so it ain't like it was a one and done. Good morning, Mother McKnight. It's not a one and done, like, oh God, I don't have it. Good morning, Regina. So good to see you. If you have that copy of Reaffirm, and one of the chapters in there is your girl, me, Top Flight Security, Big Red, Blackman. sister girl, whatever you call me. Thank you, Damon. Thank you. So good. When it's good to see when people come in and say, keep up the good work. So yeah, keep those comments coming. It keeps me motivated. And like I said, I've been working on some stuff, been up since 3:45. So I know y'all probably say, why is she hyped this early in the morning? Because I've been up for about almost 3 hours now. And so the Lord has been downloading different things for me to do, to try, to bring. And so we are starting. And I was working on an image and a graphic, and I'll probably get it and have it out tomorrow. Um, 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 Doing the broadcast that I will be pre-recording. So I'll be pre-recorded for the next few days because your girl, she's traveling, she's going. And I had a friend of mine, she said, you don't ask anymore. And I said, you know what? I don't. So if you want to inbox me and write and want me to write down some things on, let me see where my paper, because I got it. I got my clothes over here packed up. I gotta find my paper because the last few times I've been going, I've been forgetting my paper. I gotta find it because I just bought a new set. But anyway, my biodegradable paper that when I go down to the ocean, and so if there are some things you say you can't get to the ocean just yet, but um you want to okay, Mother McKnight, I will send you the information, the how to get it and get it to you. And you say, I might can't make it to the beach this time, but you know what? There are some things I want to cast. You can tell me, I'm a safe space. I can write it down for you and throw it into the ocean for you if you so desire. Because I used to do that all the time. And my previous some of the people that I used to work with, they would say, bring yeah, you going down to the water. I want you to cast this down. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. No, I hit the road in the morning, and I hit the road in the morning. And so yep, in the morning. But let me take this sip because I gotta stay hydrated. And so I used to take everybody's, burdens or things that they wanted, and I would take them to there, doing my time and cast it, on their behalf. So if that's something you want me to do and you trust me with whatever your thing you wanna, then inbox me, or if you have my number, then text it to me. I will write it down and and put your name on it and do a video and let you know, hey, this is your thought, this is your prayers, this is your things that we're casting down to there. What's going on, Courtney? So good to see you. That we're doing. So that's the things that we're doing. I'm getting ready to start that 5-day challenge, starting next week. With Free Her, and then we'll meet. And I gotta figure out what day I can meet to meet via Zoom, because I got a lot of other things that I have going on, but I could figure out a time that we could kind of meet midway to see what you're talking about. And not this week, maybe the week after that, to kind of figure out how was the 5-day challenge, what was it that, and then see what you're doing. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Latoya. So we're gonna start some 5-day challenges because our goal is to free her. And so there's some new things and some new stuff that I will have coming your way on Free Her that you can purchase, you can, have in your being. So just be on the lookout. And then we're building our way up to to this conference that we all talked about when we on day one. Y'all hit me real heavy the day one. Yeah, we want to do yeah, and that's something I do want to do, is Free Her and do a conference, do a brunch first, bring it into a conference that's gonna end up on a whole cruise. So we talked about all of that. So of course, it's gonna be some momentum to build up to those things. But I'm excited. And like I said, I've been up since 3:40 something this morning. So that's why I'm hyped up and all jumped up. Good morning, Dr. Sam. So good to see you. And so let's get started with today's topic is choosing govern your spirit, choosing life and peace. And that comes from let me, I have to get to my notes because I get all hyped up and I get started. And what happened is because I was so busy in creating and the Lord was downloading, I started a little, jumped on here a little late. And so I wasn't able to get my notes and have everything keyed up. But give me 1 second here. As they say, talk amongst yourselves. Good morning, Dr. Lejeune. And the question I pose, do you have, while I'm looking for this, do you have your copy of this? Like many of you may or may not know that I'm a published author. So if you don't have your copy, you need to get this, because this is where Free Her started, right here with Reaffirm. My chapter in the book is no longer bound, no more chains holding me. And therefore, when we're gonna be governed by this spirit and choosing life over and peace, it brings us to Romans 8 and 6, which says, it reminds us of our mindset and what is determined. And so I'm gonna read it in the Bible for you right quick, so you'll know how can I have this life of peace and govern myself accordingly, to Romans 8 and 6. So it says this. Hold on, let me get it. Now the mind of the flesh is death, both now and forever, because it pursues sin. But the mind of the spirit is life and peace, the spiritual well being that comes from walking with God both now and forever. So, listen, we already learned and we already know about the fruits of the spirit and of the flesh. And when we walk in this flesh, it's death now and forever. And sometimes people say, well, how can I be dead and alive at the same time? Because you're dead and you're stuck and you're not moving. Yeah, for to be carnally minded, that's the King James version, is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And I've read from the Amplified Bible. I usually do go there. Thank you, Damon, for doing King James version. So we know that this mind, we already know, it is a terrible thing to waste, according to the Negro fund that talks about that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And so we need to start being very mindful and careful and thinking about what we're thinking about. And that's what we've been talking about all month long. We're gonna stay in that vein and shift to some things and move back and forth. I'm working on what the Lord want me to do for next month, and to see how we can live this life of freedom. Because if you're bound in your mind, help me, Holy Ghost, you are stuck. And when you're stuck, you can't move, you can't progress. Good morning, Africa. I don't know if y'all ever had bowels that were stuck. I mean, and they be in your stomach like this and can't nothing get through. And when you're stuck and when you're constipated, because when you're constipated, that ain't no good feeling. How many been constipated? I know y'all be like, what in the world? I'm going somewhere this morning. If you've been constipated before, let me see. Because I just want to make sure I'm talking to the right people this morning. If you've been constipated, say, put your hands up, throw your hands up. Okay. Okay. And so if you want to live this life of freedom and love and peace, yet we have the power over our mind, acceptance and intentionally. I'm telling you, we got to think about our thoughts. Okay, I see one person has been constipated. Okay, I see two. Okay, so the Bible say, well, two or three are gathered, let it, he'll be in the midst. So listen, you know what that felt like. So when your mind is not moving, it's not progressing, you're stuck, you're constipated, and you know what that feels like. So there's no growth, there's nothing, there's no life, there's nothing in it. So when you walk after the flesh, my God, it is complete death. So therefore, you won't have this life of peace, because we know that this mind can go some different ways. And that's not what God intended. So my first point I want to say, what I've been saying the whole time, mindset matters. Simple as that. And what you allow in and what you let lead your thoughts, lead your life. So if you're a complainer, and I'm gonna look off over to the but this is my right, your left. Um, if you're a complainer and you start complaining about all these things and everything that's going wrong and blah blah all this stuff, guess what? Start driving. What's going on, Shantae? What's going on, Rick? Um, yeah, I see y'all. So I wasn't by myself being constipated. So when you start doing all that, what you start saying is what you start seeing. Like, I know people don't believe in, you know, speaking things into existence, because sometimes people make that a little eerie, a little I'm calling on the moon and the stars. No, I'm not talking about that. We manifest stuff, whether it be good or bad or indifferent. And the manifestation I'm talking about is the positivity, is the positive side of it. Like, we can actually speak things into existence, be it good or bad. Mind over our mouths. I'm telling you. Because what did you say the last time? I'll never forget it. Just shut up. No, H&H. Hush and heal. Even if you going through, even if you hurting and it tears your nerves up, stop talking about it, because you magnify it. You keep adding seed. Every little seed, the seed has already been planted. And every time you speak on that thing, you're watering it. And you keep watering it. And you keep watering it. And you keep watering it. And it keep going on. And it keep going on. And next thing you know, you got your whole tree sitting up over here. That started as a seed, that if you had a counsel the crop and said crop failure, it ain't growing, it not taking root in nothing. No, but you're gonna keep talking about it. And the more you talk about it, the more you manifest all that stuff. Yeah. And instead of positive mindset, it's a negative mindset. Ask me how I know. Baby, I talked about some stuff that got a whole tree that really was a seed, that if you had a counsel the crop failure and moved on, you wouldn't have this big old tree that's standing. You trying to walk, but bam, it's right there in front of you. You can't even move because it's in front of you, because you spoke it. And y'all remember when I moved to my new territory a year ago, I was like a year ago to now, my mind was all over the place, because one, I was getting pulled out of my comfort zone. I didn't even know what God was doing back then a year ago. We found, and I cut up. Baby, did I cut up? Huh. I should have just opened up a whole club of it. Cause every time somebody talk to me, they moved me. And some of y'all was just y'all was looking at me like, I know y'all should have went like this. Here she go. And finally I had to step back and look at what I had manifested. Because when I tell you they was calling my number off the hook, acting a fool, didn't want to comply, didn't want to do any of the things, because I said these people getting on my nerves. They don't want to do nothing right. They don't want to do blah, blah, blah. They just want to buck the system, blah, blah. So guess what they was doing? Getting on my nerves, bucking the system, doing everything that I had said they were doing. And I kept on magnifying it. And every time I would go to somebody, I would get madder and madder. God said, what are you doing? I'm setting you up for something. And I'm like, what? How you set me up? Because guess what? This new territory made me get on my toes. Hmm. Made me get in my book. Uh-huh. That rule book that we have. We have something called the daycare Bible. Because guess what? These people was gonna ask questions. These people wasn't gonna just they don't know me from Adam, right? So they don't know that what I say is the law. They saying prove it. Show me, baby. If this is a rule, show me. Good morning, Shirley. So good to see you. He said, show me. And guess what I had to be able to do? I had to back up what law I was quoting. Guess what? I bet you I know 1103. 1103 is how many training hours they got to have. I bet you I know 710. That's the qualifications for the teachers. Think I don't know? Think I don't know about transportation is in the is the 1000 section. Ask me how I know, because I had to go in there and I had to show them. And then it start bringing back to my remembrance of these rules that I knew, but I didn't have to enforce them as much because the people that I had, because I had some of them for 17 years, they know, liked, and trust me. They knew I wasn't going to tell them nothing wrong. These people don't know me, haven't got to know me yet. And I wasn't, I was about to give up and mess up a good thing, meaning what God was setting me up for. Because if I'm on my way out to retirement, right? And if I'm coming in and I'm getting my mind sharper and sharper with these rules, and they steady are coming forth, well, guess who's gonna be the expert when she get out here on her own? Me. And guess what? I got backing behind me to say that I know what I know. Yes, God be up to stuff and we be over here acting a fool because it's not what we want. It's not falling in the lane that we want to. A year ago today, I would not think I would be like, "Ooh, I don't want to change." I'm already done got settled. We know each other. We have a relationship established because there is an opportunity that I could change, and I almost missed it. I almost was getting ready to say yes and go back. And you know what happened to Lot's wife when she looked back? Do anybody know what happened to her? I just want to see if I got any Bible scholars out there. What happened to her when she looked back? I just want to know. So we have to make sure that we stay firm in his word. Uh-huh. Come on. And so my number two is this flesh versus the spirit. And this flesh wanted to go back to what I knew, to what I didn't have to. I didn't have to prove anything. The people wasn't even gonna read the visit summary. I could have told them that the sky was purple. And guess what? They would have believed it. But was I doing them a disservice or and me a service? My flesh wanted to go back. And I know going back wasn't gonna do nothing but get me stuck and get me out of the mindset of not being disciplined and not wanting to do this and not wanting to do that. Do whatever I want to do. Whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. You know that song. This flesh was about to take over. And guess what? Because it already took over. You all see me. I got about 60, 70 some pounds because I didn't have no I didn't the discipline that I had, I threw it out the window. Now there was with some reasons and there was some stuff that happened, but if I had been in position to say, okay, flesh, You got to come down. Let me get the spirit man in, pull out the lifeline, and start asking for the help earlier when I saw me slipping, when I saw me tipping, when I saw pound after pound. Then it got to be, this is only five. This is only five. Oh, it's only three. It's only two. Well, now I done gained a whole 70 something pounds from my original journey when I started. Why? Because I didn't want to listen to my spirit man, and the flesh overtook. And I didn't reach out for help. And now that I got the help and I'm freeing her, this is and what I learned is daily. Sometimes it's minute by minute. Sometimes it's second by second. Do I have some folk that know what I'm talking about? This thing called life, and whatever you're trying to accomplish, it is a daily thing. You can't be boom, one and done. Check. No, ma'am. No, sir. You're right. You got to be disciplined. Who know this is a daily walk? Who know that when you wake up in the morning, you done made somebody mad because you woke up. So we have to make sure that we're not led by this flesh. I'm trying to tell you, because this flesh will be fleshing, as they say, like life be life and the flesh be fleshing. Because if this flesh will lead us um to chaos, to confusion, to complaining, to being unstable, to then we can't find this, we're never satisfied, and we will never get to that peace that God said we could have. Yes, the process is daily. Mhm. So we have to choose to walk in this thing daily and ask God to lead us and guide us. Because when we don't ask God to step in our life and lead our control and control us, we give room for this flesh, and this flesh is unruly. And I have seen, even in death, I've had the opportunity to see someone die. And I know people like, who in the world look at that as an opportunity? Well, when you see it and you see it done in a way that you see the spiritual side of it, because we all gonna leave here. So this earth is not our home. And when you see somebody die, and at the very end, and the flesh begins to wrestle, and that's why sometimes people, when they're in hospice care, they don't give them the morphine because they want them to die, and they give them to kind of settle the body down, because this flesh is at war, even at death. It doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to be it doesn't want to be controlled. So let me tell you, we have to walk with God minute by minute. Walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's right. That's Galatians 5:16. Come on, good deacon. Like Damon is Damon be on that word. Y'all have to follow Damon. I've been knowing Damon since Damon came home from the hospital. And so let me tell you, we have to make sure that we stay steadfast, unmovable, and not be shaken. And then my last point, and I'm gonna get out the way. The spirit brings peace that the world cannot give to you. And I know that there's a lot of things that happen in this earth. And I'm very well of it. But life and peace is just aren't eternal. They are a fruit of an internal surrender. So when you surrender to God, and my friend Tamiko says it like this: I choose peace over frustration. When you choose to walk with God, that is a inward thing that shows outward, because when you have God in your heart and your life, when stuff when, Mm. When stuff come up against you, see, I about got choked up on that right there, cause I got God, but I got to sometimes I got to choose this peace because I have God. So why am I gonna let this and that, him and her and whatever choose my peace? Because I am in God. And so if I choose to walk in his word and in his will, when all these things come up against me, yes, the flesh and it will try to take over. But if you stay in your word and you stay prayed up, because we know that the enemy is walking to and fro like a lion. You know how a lion is vicious. He's coming through like a roaring lion, seeking. Who can I distract today? Who can I get off course? Who can I disturb their peace today? I'm trying to tell you, you have to stay with God. And when stuff happen, it can roll off your back. Like my husband, it takes a lot to push his button. Okay? If he get to escalating and he up there and that means I done pushed every button about 1,000 times. And when it got to be 1,001, he said enough is enough. So that's what we have to start being calm, being peaceful, even in the midst of what's going on. Yes, life is gonna life, and trust me, I feel some of you like, oh, she talking. It ain't that easy. Guess what? I know this thing hit me first. Oh, but he says first, okay, Galatians, yep, fruit of the spirit. First Peter says, be sober, be vigilant, because the adversary, the devil, is as of a roaring lion, walking about, seeking who he may devour. So when you start thinking about that, just know that you have to find peace by peace is not by eliminating problems. I'm not saying that you ain't gonna have no problems. So since you're not gonna have no peace, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when the problems come, you choose to lean in on God, and it will make you be at peace when there's a storm. I hope I've said something today that resonated, and y'all know I like to leave you with something to do, and it is, and we've been saying it for about 30 days now. This is one of the things that we have said, getting those affirmations. But on top of that, declutter your mental space. Like I got to declutter my physical space, which will declutter my mental space. I didn't believe that to even when the therapist told me that. But I have had some most restful, peaceful sleep when everything in my room is together. I can work in my office and flow when everything is working together. So we have to ask God to help us to follow with peace, as Mother Midnight said. So remove the toxic thoughts or the things that we're channeling in that well, I don't mean channeling because I'm not saying call them in like that. Um, things that we that comes in through our eye gate, ear gate, um, the media, toxic conversations, the inner stuff that we have within ourselves, and begin to replace it with spirit led stuff. I'm telling you, if you do this stuff, that's how you get hashtag free her. That's how you free her, free him, by doing some of this inner work. So same time, same back channel. Tomorrow, just remember tomorrow, which is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'll be out of town, and I will be pre-recorded. I will have a flyer and some graphics and get all that stuff up for you for this 5-day challenge, or what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. And let's get free. Let's choose peace, as Tamiko say, over frustration. So y'all have a great evening. Great evening. Look, yeah, because y'all know I've been up. So excuse me. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and be blessed. And remember, choose peace.
Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside, love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean